Hey guys, this is a 25-minute workout, covers a little bit of glutes, a little bit of arms, a little bit of abs, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to check out my Instagram, which is soma_inspired. Thanks guys. Okay, so we're gonna try to keep this workout to 20 to 25 minutes. I'm gonna be giving modifications where needed, and I will be moving from exercise to exercise quite quickly. Okay, coming out to your child's pose, round your spine over your thighs. We're going to slow down the breath. Deep inhale through the nose, fill up the rib cage, and exhale all the air out. And again, big inhale. And breathing out all the way to the end of your exhale. Start to notice your lower abdominals and pelvic floor. Exhale all the air out. See if you can let the tailbone drop away towards the heels. And last exhale. Come out to all fours. We're going to reach through the spine like a tug of war between the top of your head and your sacrum. The abdominals are connecting in the center. We're going to start with some arm floats. Take a big breath in here and exhale, float your right arm up. Inhale as you bring it down. Switching to the left, exhale up. And inhale, placing it down. We're just alternating side to side. Being really mindful of that your shoulder isn't jumping up into the ear and that we're not swaying the weight of the torso side to side. And again, and back down. There's that little moment in time where both hands are on the floor and then one leaves and last two and down. Last one. And back down. Now the modification for this next exercise, you're going to keep your hands down, equal weight in the hands, and you're going to alternate abductions at the hip, side to side, and again, watching for any extra rotation or swaying of the torso. We don't want to be swaying side to side. Okay, we want to stay nice and solid, keep the core connected. If you're going to do the full exercise, you're going to have one arm bent, and we're going to go opposites. The arm is going to float and the leg will be floating up into abduction. All right, here we go. Take a deep breath in to prepare. Bend your right arm. And then exhale, the left leg and right arm float up and inhale as they come back down with control. Exhale as they float up. We're challenging our balance here. And inhale down. And again, the back of the shoulder bringing up the arm. And back. And again. And back down. Let's do two more. Press the fingertips of the standing hand into the floor. Try to stay lifted in the shoulder. Last one here. And bringing it back in. Let's come down to shell and just turn your wrists. Both directions. And then we head back up. So if you're doing modification, you're going to continue with your side-to-side abductions. If you're doing the full, you're joining me. Bend your left arm. Set up your right shoulder by pressing into the floor with your right hand. And we're going to do opposites. Exhale, the left arm, right leg float. Inhale as they come back. And again. We continue to reach through the crown of the head, not letting your head drop down. And let's do two more here. Squeezing that hip, squeezing the back of the shoulder. And coming back to center. And one last time, coming back into your shell to turn your wrists. We're going to make our way up to our forearms now. Still keeping the abdominals connected, reaching the tailbone out behind you, reaching the crown the other direction. Our elbows are now directly under shoulders, and when you use the forearm, when you are on your forearms, you want to use the whole forearm all the way to the fingertips. So you're going to press through that whole surface area. We're not just hanging out in the elbows, okay? Much stronger to use the entire forearm. So, if you're doing the modification, you're going to be tucking the toes underneath you, exhaling your knees up to a hover, holding that for an inhale, and exhale, placing the knees back down. That's the modification. For the full, we're going to be lifting those knees up. Inhale as we step our feet out to plank. Exhale as we bring the knees back, they stay hovered. Okay? So we're going to and then we repeat that. So let's set ourselves up. Play with your shoulders a little bit. Find a nice lifted shoulder. Big breath in. Connect with your abdominals. Exhale, we hover the knees up. Inhale, we step the feet back. Exhale, you pull them in. And step on the inhale, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abdominals, and exhale as we walk back. And stepping out, finding a strong plank, and stepping back in. And again. And so there should be life on both sides of the legs here. When we find that plank, everything is fired up. And walking back. Let's do 3 more. Long, deep breaths. Last one. And hold there, hold the knees up, reset the shoulders, find the abdominals, and let everything go. One more time, back to shell, relaxing there, catching your breath, and breathing deeply. Back up to all fours. You're going to take your right leg out behind you and float it. I like to turn my big toe in just a little bit because I find it keeps my hip from going into external rotation. Keeps my leg a little more parallel, okay? So turn the big toe in if you feel like you need to. And we're going to come into some push-ups here. So I've got my hands quite wide. My elbows are going to go wide. We're going to lower on the inhale, lowering the chest down. The leg floats. Exhale as we press up through the arms. Keep reaching the leg. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, draw up the abdominals and press up. Lowering down and pressing up through the fingertips, through the whole surface area of your hand. Lower with control. Keep reaching that leg. Exhale, pressing up. And we have 3 more here. Exhale, press. Last one. And we're switching sides, taking that left leg out behind you. Really reach it. Make sure it's parallel. And we lower the chest. Exhale as you press. So every time we float up in this push-up, our abdominals are drawing up towards the spine. Lower. And press. And again. And press. Check that you still have space between your ears and shoulders. Press. Last 3. Two, energy running through the foot. And last 1. Whew, coming off of that, taking a deep breath, and coming down onto your left side. So the bottom arm is your pillow tucked up underneath your head, and the top leg is long, the bottom leg is also bent, and the top arm is going to float above your head. So take a little look down to your foot. Make sure that your top leg is in line with your torso, and so is the arm, or both are in line. So we're creating a big long line here with our arm, torso, and leg. As we inhale, we're gonna gently rock forward on the torso, reach the arm out on a diagonal, kick the leg back behind us. We're still having the arm and leg in line, but we're just on a diagonal now. And then as you exhale, you're gonna use your core, draw everything in to come back to a nice long line. Inhale as we reach away, keeping that glute firing, leg is alive back behind you. And exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, reaching forward, draw the abdominals close. And exhale, line it all back up. And again. And pulling it back. Let's go for 4 more. Three. And 2. And last one. Inhale out, exhale back. Letting that go. Okay, so we're gonna take this arm that was under your head, bring it along your abdominals and sort of tuck it up underneath you. We're gonna stack both knees on top of each other. Make sure you feel like your spine is nice and long here. So you're not curled up in a little ball. We're gonna stay nice and lengthened. Now the modification for this exercise, we're gonna be pressing into the hand and just barely picking up your torso and lowering with control. Okay, that's the modification. If you want to do the full, we're going to come all the way up to an extended arm, or somewhere in the middle is okay too, and then control the torso back down to the mat. That's the challenging part, not dropping. Okay, we want to be in control all the way back down. So let's draw the abdominals nice and close, place the hand down nice and solid. You want to use your whole palm here, including your fingertips. Keep your wrists nice and neutral. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, you're pressing into that arm, extending through the tricep and lowering down to the mat. Exhale as we press up. Inhale as we lower down. Exhale, press. And back. And again. And lower. Let's try for 4 more. These are really hard. And back. 3. And 2. And last one. There we go, all the way to the top and lowering with control. Shake that arm and let's go to the other end to do the other side. So tuck your arm under you like a pillow. The top arm is reaching overhead, the bottom leg is long, and the top leg is long, the bottom leg is bent. So we have a nice stable base here. Let's just draw the abdominals in, connect with them, and make sure that your glute is firing here. We're gonna take a breath in as we lean gently forward, sending the arm out in front, the leg back behind. Exhale as you draw everything back in. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, pulling back. And again. Exhale, everything comes back into alignment and we send it away and pulling back. So there's a nice line of tension from the fingertips all the way through the bottom of the foot here and pulling back. Reach, draw in the abdominals, exhale deeply as you pull back. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Finishing off, all lined back up. Let that go. Take this bottom arm, tuck it up underneath you, hugging your tummy, and place the hand down nice and solid, just kind of in front, just down from your face. So again, modification, just a little lift and a lower. And we're gonna go for the full. The knees are stacked and our spine is nice and long. Deep breath in. Use your breath here to make you stronger. Exhale as you extend the arm. Inhale as we come back down. Exhale, press. And inhale, lower. These always start off feeling not so bad, but by the 8th one, I find them really difficult. Let's go for 4 more. Exhale up. Inhale down. 2 more. Press with the whole hand. And down. Last one. And lowering down. Letting that go. Shake your arm. Right over onto your back now. Plant your feet. Make sure your legs are nice and parallel. About hip width apart. And we're just going to move through some imprint and neutral. So start in a nice neutral pelvis, which means it's nice and flat across the front of your pelvis. Little bit of space between your lower back and the mat. And as we exhale, we're going to close off that space between your lower back and the mat, imprinting your spine on the mat below you. Use the front side of your body to do this movement, your obliques. Inhale, let your pelvis rock back to neutral. That little bit of space reappears. And then exhale, using the front side of your body, your abdominals, your obliques are bringing the pelvis back and closing up that space. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale your neutral. Exhale, find your imprint. It's very gentle. We aren't slamming our back into the mat. We're just gently imprinting the lower spine towards the mat. And again, we don't want the legs to be very active here. The legs are kind of idle. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale, finding imprint. Let your pelvis find its way to neutral. And let's bring the legs out wide and move through some windshield wipers. Just letting one thigh drop down, the other one drops out to the side, and we just alternate side to side, thinking about having a nice heavy pelvis and maintaining that neutrality in our pelvis. In our low back. And then let's come back here, finding that imprint. You're going to bring one leg up to tabletop and then the other. So for the modification in the next exercise, we're going to nod the chin, flex up, and once you're up here, you're going to be inhaling, floating the arms just up as high as your ears. Exhale, you're going to push the arms down. Okay, so that's your motion for the modification. Keep your chin tucked and your eyes on your thighs. If you're going to do the full, we're going to do the same exact exercise, but with arm circles. So we're going to be flexed up, and as the arms float up, they're not going to go past the ears. We're going to float them up and circle them. We're going to do 5 each direction. So let's set ourselves up, deepen your imprint. Make sure you're really feeling the front side obliques working, not just your back, okay? Hands are at your side. Let's nod the chin and flex up to look at your thighs. Inhale as you float the arms up. Exhale, circling them around. Inhale, they float. Exhale, circle. And again. Exhale, circle. And around, last one. Pausing there. Flex up a little higher. We go 5 the other way. Inhale, they sweep out. Exhale, pushing the air down beside you. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, pushing down through the fingertips. And again. And flexing up just a little higher. Last two. Last one. Pause there, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the head, bring the knees towards the chest, and roll around on your lower back. Let your legs reach out nice and long. Let's do a nice big stretch. And then come back, bending the knees, planting the feet, and finding your imprint one more time. The next exercise, we're going to also be an imprint with the legs in the air. Your options are, for the modification, you're going to stay in 90 degrees. If you want to go somewhere in the middle, that's good too. Or we're going to come to an extended leg, maybe a micro bend in the knee. What's happening here, we're going to nod the chin and flex up, really shorten our obliques, and we're going to punch slowly from side to side. Exhale on the punch, inhale as it comes to center. So we'll be alternating side to side, okay? So, set yourself up, get in touch with your imprint, make sure it's still with you. Choose which legs you're gonna do, and let's bring your hands to your side, nod the chin, and flex up to look at those thighs again. Let's lengthen the legs out if you're gonna do that, and then bring the hands into your chin. Exhale as you cross over. Inhale as the hand comes back. Staying nice and short in the obliques and keeping your eyes on your knees. Essentially, you're rolling through your mid-back as you go side to side. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Draw the hands in, bend the knees, lower yourself down. And let's bring those knees into the chest one more time. Grab your right knee and roll up to seated. Let's do eagle arms, crossing the arms, wrapping them up, and then moving the elbows gently up and down. Pulling through the shoulder blades like you're spreading your shoulder blades away from each other. And just breathing deeply. And let's switch it up. So whichever was on top, we reverse that. Fold up the arms. One way is always harder than the other. And then once you're there, you're just moving those elbows gently up and down. And letting that go. And that's the end of your workout. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.